All right, guys, today we are on Bus Confessions and we have a very special guest.
I'm so glad to be back.
The Fit Mommy.
The Fit Mommy.
Yeah, she's the pregnant mommy right now.
I am.
Ooh, you look so good pregnant. I hope I look as good as you one day.
I'm sure you'll look better.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I have to know, have any celebs ever slid in your DM?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten a few celebrity DMs, but I don't really it doesn't do anything for me. I think it did when I was like 19.
Yeah. So what kind of celebrity was in your DM?
You want me to name drop? Freddie Gibbs slid in my DMs.
Oh, Freddie Gibbs. Okay.
Does that count?
I think so. So would you say he was like the most popular guy?
No. I don't want to say the most popular guy, and the reason why I don't want to is because I'm going to run it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give us like some type of hint? Like, was he a rapper? Okay.
Rapper.
Do we like any of his songs right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he from this country?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's from Atlanta.
Oh.
Ooh, I'm not saying anything else.
Okay. You can't even rap one of his songs for us?
No.
Sorry. So have you ever met up with any of the celebs that were in your DMs?
Well, I mean, me and Freddie were in a relationship, so that counts, right? And at first, I didn't even want to meet up with him at first because I didn't know who he was. And also, my daughter's dad's name is Fred. And so when another Freddie slid in my DM, I was like, another Fred? I can't deal with this name anymore. I asked my sister, I was like, who is Freddie Gibbs? She's like, oh, he's a rapper. I'm like, okay. Met up with him and that became that. But I didn't even know what I was getting myself into.
So besides him, have you met up with any of the celebs? Are the celebs what you think they're going to be when you meet up with them?
No. Do you consider athletes celebrities?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I've definitely met up with a few athletes. And those relationships have kind of just turned to friendships more than anything. But they're very wild and weird. No offense, but I talked about this on Plug Talk. I went to a football player's house and he didn't have any water in the fridge. And the only thing he had in the pantry was peanut butter with no top on it.
What team did he play on?
At the time, he played for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did you have to Uber Eats something or?
No, he took care of me.
Okay.
But it was just so crazy. You're a millionaire and you have peanut butter and you had crunchy peanut butter at that, which is not the good kind.
No.
And
no bread or
where you the peanut butter, why is the top off?
No bread, no apples, nothing to put on the
nothing.
Peanut butter.
Just there. Just vibe. Peanut butter and vibes.
Okay. So who do you think has better rappers or athletes?
Athletes, 1,000%.
Why?
That's just been my personal experience. Rappers haven't really done it for me.
You think the athletes just know how to work it better or have more stamina?
I think it could be more stamina. I think it could be quality of life. I think it could be a whole lot of things. I think rappers want to be out in the club all the time, heavy on the alcohol. That's not gonna get your Peter up.
No, it's not. Okay. Would you smash for money or for love?
More so now for money because we're in a recession. You got to be for real with yourself. We're in a recession. And then I feel like love is really played out and it's very to each their own kind of thing. At the end of the day, love is love, but sometimes that's not enough. I need to be paid, period.
How much would you for 10 bands? Someone wanted to would you do it?
Yes. But you need to have a talent test. Because that's the thing, men want to come to you with all this money, but they've never been to the doctor. That's where you have to draw the line. Health is number one for me.
Of course.
I don't care what dollar amount you're putting on it. I need to have the peace of mind and know that I'm not going to catch anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Right.
In your opinion, does size matter?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I have been with someone who just had a really, really big situation going on, and it didn't feel good to me. It wasn't what it was supposed to give. So I think that there's definitely you can be too big.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's not what feels good to me. So
how big is too big?
Like 10 plus inches.
Okay.
That's just, you're doing too much, you know?
Right. What is like your ideal size?
I love a good like 5-6 incher, like just a little bit, like I love that.
Okay, me too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What if a guy wanted to but he had like a good 3 inches hard?
3 inches hard? I feel like I would need to ask him what he's going through. Like we would have to get to the bottom of like why it's 3 inches hard.
How we can fix it.
Yeah, or like what could I do with that? I don't know if I could do anything with that.
Okay, so no tricks on like a 3 incher.
No, I don't think so. I would give it my all, but I might, you know what I mean? I might not be able to do nothing with it.
At least you tried. A for effort.
Right.
Him too. A for effort.
Exactly.
Yeah. If your man's brother tried to smash, would you tell your man?
So I've actually been in a situation where I was with a guy and we were together for like a year, but we were like young lovers. Like this is like probably 9th, 10th grade. We had never done anything. And the first time I had sex with him, it was with him and his two older brothers. Wow. So that's like really crazy to look back and think about. I hate that for me. Actually, I love that for me. But I think that it would have to depend on the situation. Like, what is their relationship like? What is our relationship like? It's hard to put myself in a position like that because I do like open relationships.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't want to just like somebody's brother though.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So you would probably tell your man if you were like committed to him then.
Yeah.
And if the situation was.
Right.
Right. So when that happened to you, who was a better him or his brother?
His brothers, only because his brothers were much older. And like looking back, this was so illegal. Like,
oh.
And so we're not even going to go there. No, but that's
okay.
Yeah.
End of that. Got it. Who do you think should initiate, the man or the woman?
I think it's a level playing field. I think that it shouldn't always be one person over the other. I think both people should show interest and consent. You know what I mean?
Of course. Has there ever been a situation where a guy approached you and he was just doing too much?
I'm sure that has happened. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure that has happened.
Have you ever seen a guy and you just like knew you had to him, so you were going to initiate it somehow?
I've never really had to do much initiation. It's always been like a mutual like wanting to. But I have definitely had that feeling of like meeting a guy and being like, okay, I have to him like right here, right now. You know what I mean? And that actually happened pretty not recently, probably like 3 months ago. I can't say with who, but he was a football player.
Okay.
And he was so sweet, so nice, so like just chill. And I was like, okay, I have to do this right now.
Which team did he play for?
I can't say that either.
What?
Because it'll give it away.
How about his position?
He's a wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah. And he received all of this.
Ooh. So is your wife being pregnant, is it better than not being pregnant? Is there a difference? You
definitely are way more when you're pregnant. I experienced this with my last pregnancy too. Except my last pregnancy was a lot different because I was like totally celibate the whole time.
Okay.
Because my child's father was overseas and we were just in a whole different situation. I wasn't in the industry. So I didn't get none.
Wow.
And I was miserable. And now I'm like, you know what? I can't deprive myself.
Right.
I have to, satisfy my needs too.
So you're way more when you're pregnant.
1,000%.
Does it feel better?
I would say it feels the same, but it's like the need and the urge for it is way more prevalent than not being pregnant. For me, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long, in your opinion, should it last?
I think that depends on the mood. I think I'm good. I'm good with like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to do all the, but that's like, I'm talking about actual, it's like okay, we could do that. And that could take its time. But like actual, I don't think it should go over 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know. Is that wrong?
No, I don't think so. I think that that's pretty average. I mean, 15 minutes, I'd say that's good.
Yeah.
So what if a guy takes like way longer than that? Like to...
I would have to get to the bottom of that. I would have to try to figure out why is it taking that long? You know?
Yeah.
Like, did you off before? Is this a prank? Like, is Ashton Kutcher about to tell me I got punked? Because it's never taken me longer than 10 minutes with a man to like, you know, do what we need to do. Okay.
So what happens if you're a guy and he in like 3 minutes?
I'm going to have to, again, ask him what he's going through. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that, too, because it's like, okay, you got to make me first, and then, because that's giving greedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like you just wanted to get your go, and that's not nice.
No, it's not.
No.
No. Is 4 times a day, every single day, good or bad?
That was kind of how my last relationship was. 4+ times a day. I wouldn't say it's good or bad.
Was that your relationship with Freddie?
Yeah.
So you guys would have at least 4 times a day?
At least.
Every day?
Yeah. But then it kind of like, it kind of almost got repetitive, you know? And then it just became like something we were doing. And it wasn't, I don't know, I feel like you can lose excitement like that. You know, when you're just doing it all like I literally know, he knows what I'm going to do next. I know what he's going to do next. I'm like, I can play this all out in my head. It's like, okay, I need ropes tied. Like I need something like,
different.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would, so since you guys would 4 times a day, every day, would you guys that many times a day, every day as well?
I don't think, I mean, men always, right? But for me, it was kind of like, I would probably like 80% of the time. Okay. So pretty good stats. Yeah. But also like, why were we doing it that much? Right. We could have been doing so many other things.
Okay, so 4 times a day, every day, in your opinion, is good. Pretty average.
It's okay. I mean, I don't need it. Okay. I don't need it 4 times a day. And I don't really want to be with somebody that does. I'm going to need you to calm down. And maybe once or twice a day is good. I think morning and night. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So what is the craziest thing that you've ever done on camera?
On camera? Probably Plug Talk.
What happened on Plug Talk?
So it was a scene with me and James Angel and Air Thugger. And the reason why I say it's the craziest thing I've ever done is because at one point I had like 2 in my mouth at the same time. Wow. I looked so cute though. It was like a really good photo, a really good video. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun. Adam and Lena were so nice. And I would definitely do it again. But it was crazy.
That is crazy.
It was crazy because it was just like everybody was on set just watching us. Like it was just another day in the life.
Would you ever do double penetration while you're pregnant?
No. I don't even think I would do that while I'm not pregnant.
So okay.
I'm just not a booty girl like that. Like I just don't want, I need it to just stay tight. Like my eyes water when I'm going number 2.
Okay.
So I don't need nothing, you know what I mean? Like I don't need nothing going in there, no.
No. That's a lot of pressure, like tight pressure too.
It's just not the vibe for me. Get somebody else to do it.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a threesome while you're pregnant?
No. Okay. I have not had a threesome while. Yes, I have. I'm sitting here lying. I was pregnant on Plug Talk. That literally just went out of my fucking brain. Yes, I have. I was very early pregnant on Plug Talk.
Was it hard for you not to tell anyone that you were pregnant?
So I had just found out myself like 3 weeks prior. Because I was like 11 weeks pregnant on Plug Talk. So I found out pretty early in my pregnancy. I was like 7 weeks when I found out. I was just kind of self-conscious about my belly because even though I didn't have a bump, I was kind of bloated and I wasn't used to filming like that. I used to like really have a flat stomach before I would film. And when I look back at the tape, I'm like, okay, you can't really tell.
At all.
But in my mind, I knew I was pregnant. So I was like, oh, people can tell. But like nobody knew. Okay. A lot of people were like, oh, you got pregnant on Plug Talk. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, you don't know how science works. Ha ha.
So people thought that you had gotten pregnant by one of the guys on Plug Talk.
Yeah. And but like men, I feel like men will say anything. Like, because you didn't even watch the whole tape. Because there was not even a cream pie scene or anything in that tape. It was just vibes.
Vibes. Just two dicks. And
Which we
vibes.
could have done a cream pie scene, but I didn't even think about it.
Well, honestly, probably good you didn't, because then people would really think that.
I know, but I knew I was already pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I know what I need to know. Y'all can think what y'all want.
So is your ex the father of your baby?
Yes.
Okay. And are you guys like excited?
I'm thrilled.
Your ex is Freddie.
Yeah.
So he's the father of your baby.
Yep.
And you're excited.
I'm excited, yeah.
Do you think it's going to be hard since you guys aren't together anymore?
I'm not worried about anything. I'm just taking it each day as it comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you've never told your ex?
I did have an ex that I was involved with, and I cheated on him with an athlete. That was so weak of me. And now he's probably gonna know. But it's okay.
Who had better?
The athlete. Unfortunately, like, I don't even like to keep saying that, because, like, I don't want to hype up athletes for young women. Like, I really don't. But it's like, it's there. There's a market for it. Like, if you just want good, it's there. But don't expect anything else. No.
Especially not food or anything. At
Or
the place.
just peanut butter, topless. That's it. And vibes.
Vibes. So you never told your ex that you cheated on him?
No. I hope he doesn't watch this interview.
You never know. You never know. What are two things that a guy can say to you to get you to sleep with them?
There's not really much a guy could say to me. Because talk is cheap, right?
Right.
I like action.
So what kind of action do you like?
Talk to me on Cash App. We could talk on there.
So how much would a guy have to send you to get his attention? To
get my attention?
Yeah, to get your attention.
I need at least a band to entertain anything.
Okay.
And that's like the deposit. That's like the security.
So guys who wanna chill with Fit Mami, they gotta get that Cash App, at least a band.
You gotta do something. Do a trick or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't just expect to come over here and just... That was me like 6 years ago. You know? Like, I have leveled up. I have, crossed that bridge, so...
Now it's like, send you things from your baby registry. Bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll send you my registry and come on with it. Yeah.
Have a field day at
And the
Target.
only reason that I think that way is because I myself can provide what I require. So I don't need, you know what I mean? And I know it's so cliche, I don't need a man, but like, I don't.
Right.
So my whole lifestyle is funded by me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So
I love that. There's something better than an independent woman who can do anything.
yeah,
with
like
you.
even when I was with Freddie, like I never asked him for money, or like I was paying his phone bill. I've never been like a money hungry person. I've never been that way.
You were paying Freddie Gibbs' phone bill.
Yeah, I was. That's crazy. He's laughing, but it's just so like wild.
Did he ask you to pay his phone bill? Or
So the situation was he was getting a new phone, and I have a military discount because I'm with AT&T. So I was like, just come on my plan. I already have a family plan because my other baby daddy is on my plan, but he sends me money every month for his bill. So a few months went by, and I was just paying Freddie's phone bill, and I was just kind of like bringing it up to him like, hey, I'm paying your phone. And it was just kind of like the elephant in the room. Nobody ever talked about it. But every month that came around, I would just keep paying it because like I didn't really care, and I had the money to do it, but I was like, why am I doing it?
He should be paying your phone bill.
Right. But that's the thing. I've never been like, I never asked him to buy me a car or buy me clothes. Like it was never that. But when I look back, I'm like, why was I paying his phone bill? That's so weird.
Did he ever bring it up?
No. But the fact that he let me do it is crazy. He knew damn well, like, you're on Power, you got all these albums, like, you're you, and I'm paying your motherfucking bill. I need to be reimbursed.
So did you have to kick him off your plan, or he's still on there?
No, I actually got f***ed because I also bought him an iPad. I'm a simp, kinda. I bought him an iPad, and he kept it through the divorce, through the breakup. He kept the iPad.
So I saw not too long ago that when you were with Freddie Gibbs, you guys got jumped.
We did. we got jumped. That was last May. And I haven't like publicly spoken about this on the record, but I will share with you. So we were in his stateside tour, and we just got back from Europe, and we did a show in New York, and then the next day we had a show in Buffalo, New York, which is kind of far from the city. I didn't know anything about Benny the Butcher. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I didn't know he lived in Buffalo. I didn't know Freddie didn't like him. I didn't know he didn't like Freddie. I was clueless, okay? Nobody filled me in on shit. So we get in Buffalo, and I'm like, damn, I'm kind of hungry. We should go get some food. And Freddie's like, yeah, we should go get some food. We should go get something to eat.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to this place called Dinosaur Barbecue. I hate that. So not only did we go to eat at a restaurant publicly, like him knowing all of this stuff, like this beef that he had, he could have ordered Uber Eats for us. He could have kept me in the room. He could have sent our assistant to go, like whatever the case may be. There was so many other things he could have done with the knowledge that he had about the situation. Me clueless, I'm like, yeah, let's go to this barbecue place. I'm from Texas. I love barbecue. So we order our food, and we're sitting outside. So not only are we in a public place, we're sitting outside. And we did have our security with us, but they didn't do shit.
And people recognize him, right?
Yeah, people were recognizing him. The whole time we were walking to the place, everybody's like, oh, Freddie, da da da. And I'm thinking it's all love, right? I'm like, shit, everybody loves Freddie, I guess. Wrong. So we get to Dinosaur Barbecue, and I order brisket, and I'm going to town. I'm like, let me go to the bathroom real quick. I gotta pee. I go to the bathroom, I come back, I literally have brisket hanging out of my mouth, and like 20 dudes turn the corner and walk toward us. They have bricks in their hands, like they're about to throw them at our faces. And I'm like, with my brisket.
Oh,
it's like my stomach fell through my butt, because I'm from a place where this doesn't happen.
Right.
And I kind of like look over at Freddie, and Freddie's like, hey man, I got my girl here, like we don't got to do this, da 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 da. And they showing no mercy. I'm talking about, they are full-fledged, like they want the smoke. And so I'm standing next to Freddie. I'm not moving, because I'm trying to hold it down and be all, never again. I'm never doing that shit again. And I was paying his phone bill. I'm like, okay. So, and all of a sudden I just look up, and Freddie is backed into a wall. So he had a brick wall behind him, and like all these guys are just on top of him, trying to take his jewelry, trying to take his chain. And they took my chain. I had a little chain. They snatched my shit right off. And I literally remember going, oh, like I looked at the guy and I was like, oh, like bitch, like, come on. You didn't have to do me. Like, I'm not in this rap beef. I have no idea what's going on. I'm pulling guys off of Freddie. I'm trying to, you know, craziness. We left, or they left. They took his watch. They got his watch.
Damn.
And they actually had his rabbit charm at one point, but he grabbed it back, and his like he was holding on to it so tight that his hands were full of blood, like after they left. I will say that about Freddie. He definitely like held his shit together the best he could, because he had no help. Our security froze up. It was crazy.
Did he end up firing that security?
Yeah. They didn't know what to do. The security was just like standing there, just like me with the brisket. They were like, what's going on? Because our security didn't know about this beef that Freddie and Benny had going on. I didn't know. It was like Benny and Freddie knew about it, but I'm like, what was Freddie trying to prove a point? Like, why were we out there eating in public,
right,
with all our jewelry on, and Benny's like from that city? You know, like, why are we doing that?
Yes.
I still can't make sense of the story, because it's like, why would you want to put somebody you love in that position?
Of course.
You know, that, and it's like, I would never do me how people do me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm really confused about that. And I really should have left the relationship after that.
I was going to ask, like, how did that affect you?
I should have left the relationship after that happened, because it did really affect me. Like, I had to get prescribed Xanax after that altercation. Wow. And I don't think Benny and them meant to like harm me in any way. Mm-hmm.
It was just by association, I'm sure.
By association. Yeah. And I should have like took that as a sign to leave that relationship. But I couldn't like leave my house for like a month.
Wow.
Like I had to get on Xanax. I thought that somebody was going to try to, like, I had a lot of PTSD from that.
Oh, of course.
It was really bad for me for a while.
Especially with how these rappers lately, like, they are, you know, some of them unfortunately dying because
That's what I mean. And it's crazy because I'm like, okay, Freddie is 40. Benny is 30 something. I'm like, why am I in the middle of two older men rap beef? Why am I being put in the middle? Like, Benny had tweeted about me, like, he posted a picture of me, like, sucking dick, one of my first scenes ever. And he was like, be careful, Freddie, she'll put her mouth anywhere. I'm like, and I will. This is, like, literally what I do for a living. Like, and he's with me. Freddie knew I did porn from the very beginning.
How did you feel about it?
He always acted like he was so supportive. When my first video went viral on Pornhub, we were just friends at the time, Freddie and I. And he's the first person I sent the link to. He was like, oh my God, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Like, you're a boss, you're independent, whatever. And so me doing porn was never like a secret in our relationship. That was always, everybody always knew what I did for a living. I don't ever try to hide that. Of course. 'Cause I'm not ashamed of what I do. But it was just funny how Benny tweeted that. And I got so many fans from Benny's tweet. Like, his tweet went viral. I was like, oh my God, thank you for this influx of fans. Like, I didn't know where they were coming from. This is great. But also, why are you even mentioning my name?
I saw recently too, you had, someone else was mentioning your name. It wasn't, and you were posting it on your Instagram story.
Oh,
was
Akademiks? Akademiks.
Yeah. So recently Akademiks was name dropping you.
Yeah, so Akademiks and Freddie have some kind of beef too that I don't understand, because I don't know how two older men can go back and forth on the internet. That just seems very like middle school to me. Even I don't go back and forth with women on the internet. Yeah. So I don't understand why, you know, men are doing that, grown men. But yes, Akademiks did do a stream about me and what I do for a living, and I'm like, for what? Why are y'all talking about it? What's so cool about me and what I do? I mean, I know I'm cool and all that, but like, why am I the topic of discussion?
Sometimes I feel like men, like, they always want to hate on women who are just cool with everything. Like,
well, it's kind of misogynistic, because if you have beef with Freddie, like, handle your beef with Freddie. I'm not Freddie. Like, I'm me.
And why do they have beef?
I have no fucking clue. I don't even know if they know. Like, I don't even know if Akademiks fan base and Freddie's fan base know why they have beef. I think it's just a thing. And it's like, okay, well, y'all go do that over there. Like, I don't want no parts of whatever y'all got going on.
For sure. That's crazy. So, did it kind of turn you off to dating another rapper? Like, all of this, like, beef and, you know, the situations in the press?
My experience with Freddie, yeah, I don't think I'll ever date anyone in the entertainment industry ever again. And not to say, like, me and Freddie had a lot of good times. Like, we really did in the beginning. But after that shit happened in Buffalo, he wasn't the same. I wasn't the same.
Because you guys have trauma after that.
Yeah, nothing was the same. And it was like, I couldn't really talk about what happened, because every time I would bring it up, he would, like, not want to talk about it. So it kind of, for me, became like, did it really happen? Like, are these feelings I'm feeling real? Like, it was real. I was in a dark place for a long time. I'm better now. But, like, that shit really fucked me up.
Yeah, it's very scary. It's
yeah.
Like a life, you know, traumatic.
Yeah.
So if your man's ops ever tried to smash, would you smash them?
I could not.
No.
No, I have morals.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are people that put my life in danger too. So, again, I don't want no bad blood with nobody. But at the same time, this is a very real thing that happened. And I think that, you know, the internet tries to make it this funny, like, oh, Freddie Gibbs got jumped again, because he also got jumped at Pride 112.
Right.
Like a year before that.
And were you with him at that time?
No, I wasn't. I was friends with him. So I remember after he got jumped at Prime 112, I texted him, and I was like, are you okay? Because all I saw was like blog posts about him getting beat up. He was like, yeah, I'm straight, da 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 da. But when I witnessed what happened to him in Buffalo, like, he was very adamant about still performing his show. And I was scared. I was like, are you sure you still want to perform? Like, these people might come back and show up to the show. Like, I was terrified. But he was very like persistent and, hey, they're not gonna mess with my money. Like, I'm still performing.
Did either of you guys get actually like hurt badly in the, situation, or you guys were okay ultimately?
I wasn't like hurt badly. I mean, I had blood on me just from like them throwing random food items and forks and knives and stuff. They were throwing anything they could get their hands on, plates, anything, glass plates. Like, Freddie's head was busted open. He had to get stitches. He had to get like stitches in his arm.
Wow.
He had 2 black eyes, but he was, I mean, for him to be in one piece after that, for him to not be in ICU somewhere, I don't know how he did it.
Blessing.
More power to him. I don't know how he did it.
So I have to ask, what do you rate Dinosaur Barbecue on a scale of 1 to 10 after this?
0. I'm never going back. Come on.
How was the brisket?
The brisket was good until it wasn't.
What is your biggest turn off about a guy?
Turn off? I do not like dirty fingernails. I need you to have a clear coat or something. I need you to have something going on. You need to be getting a manicure. I also can't do bad teeth. I understand there are certain things, hygiene period, but teeth and nails are like my 2 big ones, because it's like, if you can't brush your teeth and I see a yellow coat, like, what's going on? What's going on in here? You know what I mean? Like, why? Yeah,
we gotta get to the bottom of that,
because then I'm gonna have to take you to Columbia and get your veneers done too. That's where I went.
Oh.
And I'm like, we could do a couples package deal, like whatever we need to do, but I can't do bad teeth. I'm sorry.
Do you think men deserve to be spoiled?
Yeah, I think good men do. I mean, shit. I was paying Freddie's phone bill. I was buying all kind of stuff for him. So it's like, but I was doing it out of love, right? The kindness of my heart.
What else did you buy for him?
The iPad, just like clothes, just like, couple stuff.
Of course.
But I think a good person, whether you're a friend or a couple or whatever, deserves to be spoiled a little bit. Yeah.
What is the most expensive thing that you've ever gotten for a guy?
Probably like something Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing like more than like 3 or 4 bands.
Okay.
But also, if I'm doing that, I need you to reciprocate. I'm not just doing it for you to like,
Of course. Yeah.
I want a little something in return.
How many nuts a day does a guy deserve?
Depends. It depends on how he's acting.
So what if he's acting really good that day? How many?
2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's fair.
Yeah.
But if you're acting like a piece of, then you're gonna get treated like a piece of.
So if he's acting like a piece of, how many?
None. I have to quote my favorite artist.
Okay.
Ooh, Pitbull, when he said that he was raised by women and he loves women. And he said, he recited a quote. He was like, if you give a woman a house, she'll give you a home. If you give her food, she'll give you a meal. If you give her your sperm, she'll give you a baby. But if you give her, she'll give you a whole lot of.
There you go.
And that's the truth.
It is.
So
if you only had 24 hours left, who would you want to fuck?
If I had 24 hours. Idris Elba. I love him.
Okay. You think that he would fuck good?
I think he definitely, he can like look at somebody and you can tell. I get that vibe from him.
So since we are on Bus Confessions, we found out so much today. I was loving the tea, but I have to know, what is one confession that you've never told anyone?
What? A confession that I've never told anyone. I tell everything. I'm a tell-all. I'm an open book. I don't think I think I've told it all.
Okay. Well, you've told it all. Well, thanks for being on Bus Confessions, and we're definitely going to see more of you soon on the bus, right? Real soon.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.